Hello everyone, my name is Jamshid Sunatov and today we are going to present about international recruitment and selection in airlines industry. Thanks to Sir Muhammad Sofino to guiding us to finish our assignment. International human resource management to ensure a multinational company runs well in a very well manner by hiring the right candidates within a company and abroad national borders. Chosen company are Cathay Pacific Airways, Malaysian Airlines System, Singapore Airlines, Qatar Airways, British Airways, Thai Airways, Japan Airlines, and Emirates Airlines. Cathay Pacific Airways, which is done by Jayaraj, says that 5 interview recruitment process that often takes about 3 months. First one is phone interviewing and face-to-face interviews. The second one is height and language tests of the employees. The third one is highly tailored, such as series of competency-based behavioral questions and technical engineering interviews questions. The fourth is group discussion and individual reasoning and written skills test. And the last one is prepare a presentation on a topic set by Cathay Pacific Airways. Recommendation to Cathay Pacific Airways. First is gather information about the recruitment system to the different type of viewers. Second one is choose appropriate advertising medium such as daily newspaper on different countries. The third one is account various factors when interviewing, including the candidate's cultural fit, their ability to work in a team, and their motivation for applying. And the last one is focus on 3 R's, which is recruit, retain, and reward. Malaysian Airlines System, which is done by Vincent in international recruitment and selection, says that first they will focus on position analyzing, and the second one is, which is more important, local and national labor market, and the third one is internal and external requirements. And the last one is selection decisioning. An individual part of selection decisioning will include technical ability, cross-cultural suitability, and family requirements. And in situation part of selection decisioning will include country cultural requirements, language, and M&E requirements. The first recommendation to Malaysian Airlines is familiarize with the regulatory environment for the jurisdiction in which they are located. And the second one is recruitment and selection process should be non-discriminatory. And the third one is maintain fairness and transparency and to focus on recruiting the best possible candidates. Singapore Airlines, which is done by Henry in recruitment part, says that first, China needs more English proficiency because English is international language. Thailand speaks foreign language, experienced in customer service. China willing to be based in Singapore for long-term work period. And the last one is Tea Party, welcoming the new partners. The first selection in Singapore Airlines is degree or diploma or at least 2 GCE A-level credit, alright, basic tasks for daily works and responsibilities of employees. The next one is familiar with all emergency equipments, given administration of safety procedures and equipments, which they show in a lecturer way. The last one is psychometric test and cognitive test to applicants, help passengers during flying. The first recommendation to Singapore Airlines is abolish differential treatment between 2 genders. And second one is provide citizenship for employees who are willing to stay in Singapore for long term. The third one is abolish and selecting recruitment needs job responsibility, are able to rotation and adopt multicultural. The last one is train on language level. Qatar Airways, which is done by Airlines, mostly focus on expatriate roles, which is the first agent of specialization. Need to have a good communication skills to improve the link between host and subsidiary companies. The next one is language node. In language node, must know language as much as can. The next one is transfer of competence and knowledge. Candidates should have more knowledge skills from parent and host companies. The last one is boundary spanners, absorbing the information from host and subsidiary previous companies. The first recommendation to Qatar Airways is ethnocentric, polycentric, regiocentric, and geocentric approaches. The second one is providing training and development program. And lastly, setting up performance appraisal review. British Airways, which is done by Salva, and recruitment process they focus on recruit by each department, which is divided by categorized criteria and based on country. In selection and staffing approach, they focus on regiocentric, which is direct involvement of their trade union, and benefit to local as incentive plan. And lastly, geocentric. British Airways close to standardized staff approach to overcome the federal and staff the expatriate based on the contribution despite nationality. Recommendation to British Airways is British Airways should accept the CVs too rather than online, more efficient because it can prevent the improve the process more efficient. In recruitment and selection process of Thai Airways, which is done by Azilawati, says that Thai Airways has a systematic HRM because they not only successfully manage their business and staffing issues in domestic market, but they also caught a lot of foreign customers in the international market to give a high rating of performance and service. The first recommendation to Thai Airways applicants should be acquired adequate knowledge of an airway staff career prior to the application. The second is experienced members of the selective team have revealed information that applicants who have studied and practiced the aptitude test before taking an actual aptitude test. Lastly, exercise a good command of English and to be ready to take a test with a positive frame of mind and healthy attitude. Japanese Airlines, which is done by Low Penying, in recruitment process they focus applicants need to be contract a local hub to acquire about position and submit resume and letters. Japanese Airlines screen potential employees based on their past experience. And lastly, medical checkout. Successful applicants will be given training at home country for about 3 weeks. Then he or she will be sent to Tokyo, host company for training about 2.5 months. The first recommendation to Japanese Airlines break all the local national glass ceiling. The second one is Japanese Airlines should have created global database to know who and where the talent is. And lastly, Japanese Airlines should recruit regularly and advertise post internally. Emirates Airlines, which is done by Jamshid Sunnatov, in 4-day selection process, they focus on first technical ability. Candidates will receive certain tasks to perform, and the second is cultural ability, communication skills with different cultures. The third, family or working as a group requirements, how they work as a team, how they process as a team, and lastly, language ability, how they deliver their ideas in multiple international languages. The first recommendation to Emirates Airlines is do not select diploma or high school graduates because they may not have good knowledge as university graduates and they may not have a good experience as them. And the second one is do not provide round-trip ticket to the candidates because not all the candidates will be appropriate. In conclusion of our assignment, recruitment is all about predicting future performance. It must have a good planning and systematic recruitment procedures based on up-to-date research will improve the likelihood of an employer hiring a suitable employee. Selection process, which is important because of the production and performance value companies get by making good hires and the high cost of replacing employees following bad hires. Every company that we have chosen have a very systematic management system in a way to plan and recruit the potential employees as to contribute benefits to the company. Thank you very much for your attention.